This is Delvin Breaux Sr., former cornerback for your New Orleans Saints, and I'm here to tell y'all my story, Unbroken, and how it's broken down, and then you get to dive in to know who I am. I grew up in the Iberville Project. My mom and dad weren't staying in the same house. I think I was like one of 10 staying in the Iberville Project at one time. When you fighting over food, it's definitely was rough. Being in a project for a young boy, it's like I say, it's survival. You just wanting to see the next day, staying out of the way, not going into the store, stealing, and then doing the wrong thing. I had a lot of abuse going on in my home when I was young. I witnessed abuse when I was 4 years old. I first seen my dad put his hands on my mom. You know, when you're young, you don't expect that. You expect love. You expect your dad to be loving on your mom or your parents to be loving, caring, kind, nurturing. But I didn't get that. I didn't feel that growing up there. I saw my dad just beat my mom and I didn't understand why. In that moment, seeing the hitting, the punching, and hearing her squealing and crying and asking for help. I'm just this 4-year-old kid that's seeing this and witnessing this. And my dad, like, you could just see in this moment, like, he turns around and he's like, get the F out of here. You could just see the darkness, the evil, the rage that's in his eyes. There it was in the flesh. Once we moved out of the projects, they gave us to my dad. When I was about 6 or 7 years old, we ended up moving out of the projects, and then that's when everything started. What did I do to deserve this? I'm still young. What my mom may have done or somebody have done to trigger you, but you come and take it on me. I just never could understand that as a kid. Sometimes this man here, like, he'll put us on the knees, put us in our corner. First, he'll put rice down, and then he'll make us get on our knees for like an hour, sometimes 2 hours. Sometimes he even forgot that I was down there. We'll get whippings to where when we go to school the next day, we could barely sit. And me being a kid, not knowing if I tell somebody, like, if they go back and tell my dad, I could be seriously hurt more. Like, y'all not seeing what's going on behind closed doors. Like, this is something a child shouldn't be seeing, enduring, going through, or none of that. Like you're my dad. Like, come on. Where's the love? Where's the trust? How could I trust you if you were my abuser, if you was the one that's doing this to me, man? And I just always thought it wasn't right. Till I was about 16 years old, till I was a senior in high school. I would get whelps, bruises. Like, man had a jack pipe. I'd get beat with bats, broomsticks, slap upside the head. He used to have this size 10. It was a boot that he wore. He worked at Surgeon and Water Board, so he did working in piping and plumbing and stuff like that. So he had got a steel toe with the sole out of his boot on both sides, wrapped it up, and it had this steel plate in between the soles. So it was nice and thick now. So he would take that, man, and just whap. He didn't care if it was on your butt, your legs, your back. Like, I don't know why he was so angry. And all I could think as a child is like, why? I mean, what did I do to you? Do I deserve coming to school the next day? Can't you not being able to sit down next to my classmate? Or I can't be able to tell my social worker or the counselor at school that what's going on at home is not right. Mental health was real, and that's something he didn't understand, right? Nothing is wrong with you. There ain't nothing wrong with us. What you crying for, right? That's all I heard growing up. Like, you a boy, be tough, right? You can't be no, okay, I'm whipping you, but what? You got to stop crying, man up. Like, bro, I'm not a grown man. I can't withstand all, like, and that's something man never understood. And he just did it all the way up until we were about 16. I have my siblings, my stepbrother and my stepsister. I don't call them stepbrother and stepsister no more. I call them my real brother and sister because they was in my life since, we were young. They've been through the same thing I've been through too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the one with courage to come out and tell my story. But we all been through that funk of anger and resentment and neglect and abuse, and not just physical, but verbal abuse. With all these things I had going on, I was thinking of wanting to commit suicide just at 9 years old. I want to say it was about when I was about 7 when I started contemplating. I was punished on my knees one day, and I just got tired of it, like the dark spaces, the whippings, not being able to tell nobody, bottling all those thoughts in, those beatings, all the abusive words, like bottled and all that in. I was just like, man, it's gonna be time for me to kill myself, because like, what else could I do? I can't escape this. I'm just an 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid. I didn't know how to escape it. So the only thing I could do was just thinking about killing myself, leaving this earth. Everything was dark for me already. So the only thing I had left was just to leave this earth. And hopefully maybe that would have changed his mind. Maybe some would have clicked in his mind that, man, I'm doing this to my child. What am I doing? My son just tried to kill himself, and I'm sitting up here Like, what am I doing? Maybe that would have been a reality check. But in that moment, when I was on my knees, I got, like, everybody left the house and I was the only one there with this man by myself. He left. I was like, you know what? I looked myself in the mirror, talking to myself in the mirror, and I was like, we got to do it. It's time. And nobody's here at the house. The pain was gone. I was numb to everything. I didn't have any feelings. Everything was dark for me. Like I said, I felt less of myself. I always thought I was ugly. My self-esteem was always low. I couldn't get girls. Like, I just had all these negative thoughts about myself at that age. And I'm like, man, like, how could I be going through this at a young age? So I went in his room. He always had the gun in a shoebox on top of his closet. I went up there, put the gun in my hand, and it was heavy. I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know what to do, how to click, if the safety was on. I didn't know any of that. So I was holding the gun in my hand, looking at it. And then next thing you know, I hear a car come in the driveway. And I'm like, oh, whoa, boom, put it back. Startled me, I put it back, went back and got on my knees. Come to find out, my dad, he came and I was like, all right, you can get up off your knees. Like, he just forgot that I was down. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, I was like, I'm not about to be sitting on my knees. What am I doing here? Like, it hurts first and foremost. I'm an 8-year-old child thinking about wanting to commit suicide. Where does that happen? And nothing is wrong with me. That's how it was. That football was going to be my future or my escape. You know, I started playing when I was 4. My first helmet on when I was 4. Me and my brother would be practicing in the backyard. You know, my dad would be preparing us. Kind of that Joe Jackson or that King Richard type of training. Like, he was gearing us. I want to say about 5, 6 years old is when I really started making an impact. You know, I was scoring touchdowns, but one play that stuck out to me is when I made this hit on a kid. My dad just was so happy. Like, you could just see, I'm like, man, I just try to hurt this kid. I'm like, he's happy of me doing this. Maybe football is for me. Maybe this is how I can get my dad's attention to love me better. Or just this, you know, it's something. I'm like, bro, this could be it. So I used football as my outlet. I just started dominating the game. The tears that I had from getting abused, I was using that same tears and those same pain against those kids that was out there, because I'm like, y'all gonna feel my pain. So I'm gonna come out here every day, every practice, and give it my all, because that's all I have. I'm getting abused behind closed doors. So I need to come out here and show you kids, like, look, I'm getting it there. I'm gonna come lay it out on you guys. I didn't play. I looked at football as my ticket, you know, to escape everything. Whenever I came home, got a whipping before practice. Like, I used to get whippings before practice. So you know it sucked. Going out there with bruises on my behind and my butt and my back and my legs, and man, like, I'm gonna take it out on you. My dad loved that physical, nasty aggressiveness. Like, he loved that. That was his energy, fed off the energy. So why not keep doing it to make him happy? But then I was still getting abused. So it was like, well, how could I make my dad like, okay, well, that's not it. Like, what could I do to make this man happy and to stay off my back? Life changed a lot for me. I want to say my senior year in high school, I was a highly touted recruit coming out of high school. I was a blue chipper, All-American, All-State, everything, you know, coming out of New Orleans. And I had a full scholarship to LSU. Week 9, broke my neck my senior year in high school. Changed my life dramatically. Broke my neck, my C4, C5, C6 vertebrae in a high school football game in which I was supposed to be dead. But I'm not. I'm alive. I'm here talking to you. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. They still honor my scholarship. Went to LSU, you know, didn't play a down of college football. Never touched the football field at LSU. I wanted to commit suicide again. So my life changed again in 2009, 2010, wanted to commit suicide. Mental health started playing away. Been a big factor in my life, but I really started getting to understand what mental health means and what it stood for. And I was like, man, I suffer from all those categories. I was checking off every category from ADHD, ADD, anxiety, you know, pain, everything. So it was like, wow, I didn't know that mental health was a big component. And while I was thinking about committing suicide and those thoughts and not having those coping methods, 2012 is when I finally got cleared again to play football. My life changed again. I finally got cleared to play again, and I never looked back. I played in the GDFL, which is just Gridiron Developmental Football League, with the Louisiana Bayou Vipers. Shout out to Coach Ryan and Miss Mo. I went there. I played arena football with the New Orleans Voodoo. Mind you, now this is the kid who broke his neck, you know, was not even paralyzed, didn't die, anything. So it's like, how is this happening? It was going so fast for me, Shannon. I promise you. Went from there, made it to the Canadian Football League. So I played in Canada, out in Hamilton, dominated the game out there, became an all-star. Then I got workouts with 28 of the 32 NFL teams wanted to work me out. I ended up working out with 15 of them, the New Orleans Saints being the 15th team. I dominated the workout. They wanted me there. I wanted to be there. It's hometown for me. It felt like a full circle. And then again, I was trying to please my dad again. I was looking for my dad to be at a game. I was looking for my dad to support me. I was looking for my dad to be on the sideline. I was looking for my dad to even take a picture with me in a Saints uniform. And I still never got it. I still never got it. I'm gonna keep fighting because I do have a kid. I have a 6-year-old son that is amazing. And anything he's doing, I'll be sure to be at my son's game. I'll be sure to support him in anything he's doing regardless. And then again, I did everything in the book, made it to the NFL, still trying to please my dad, to allow him to come in my life to understand what type of person I am. And I still didn't get that. I'm writing a book now. It's finally time for me to tell my story. Whether he likes it or not, it's going to free me. And that's what it did. It allowed me to let go of all the demons. It allowed me to let go of the past. It allowed me to really move on in my life. The closure that I didn't get, it's okay. It's okay. I've had a talk with him, and he said he did the best he could do. And if that's his answer to, the closure, then I'm okay with that. He's obviously good with it, so I'm good with it. I prayed when I was 25 years old. I freed myself. I enjoyed the NFL. I enjoyed playing football. I enjoyed it all. But there's nothing like wanting to have your dad, there with you 24/7, or, just, what's up, Pops? I finally made it, man. Like, I know a lot of people, didn't think that I would make it this far, but I knew you believed in me, and I couldn't even get that. But it's okay. I have my son now. My son thinks highly of me. Like it's unconditional. It's unconditional. It's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was just unconditional love, man. And now I'm getting that from my son, and it feels amazing. It feels amazing. Mental health to me is very important. It is very important to me, and it's very important to everybody, and it's very important to yourself. Own it. Mental health is real. It is real. Anxiety is real. Not being able to sleep, I think it's called insomnia, it's real. And me being able to share my story and to be openly, to let you guys know how mental health really affected me. I just want y'all to know, just seek help, get your counseling, find you somebody that you trust, find you somebody that's trustworthy with your secrets, with your conversations, to where you can sit down and you can just vibe, be open, get it off your chest. It's therapeutic. Do not let all that stuff be bottled in. I promise you, because you're going to flash out, you're going to bash out. Hence this, it's the reason why we flash out and we just go crazy on people, because we have mental health issues. My name is Delvin Breaux, and I suffer from mental health, and I'm glad I finally started finding coping mechanisms and ways to release those anger and to release the triggers that people, try to put up on you. And it happens every day. So if you can find yoga, read a book, or find something that you enjoy that can get your mind away from the negativity or that triggering moment, I suggest you find it now. The journey is definitely worth it if you take those processes and those procedures to clear your mind, clear your thoughts. Don't let those triggering people or those triggering thoughts affect you. Like, it's real. I just want you to know that. To my dad, I just want to say I love you, man. I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the situation, everything we've encountered, we've been through, because I became a strong man. I became a warrior. I became a survivor. And now I'm here sharing my story. And it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not to put you down. It's to really uplift you to where you can understand that your child overcame all the adversity and he still made it, and he's still standing strong. And he just wants you to know that he's proud of you. He's thankful for you, and he's grateful for you. So that's it.